Welcome back to the Qlause Safety Series. This is Module S10, Incident Reporting, Near Misses, and First Response. The first three modules were about preventing harm, your rights, seeing danger, and the kit that protects you. This module is about the moment prevention fails, or nearly fails. What do you do in the first 5 minutes? What do you report, to whom, and how honestly? And why is the accident that almost happened the most valuable thing you can bring to your safety system? Get this module right, and every close call your site survives makes it stronger. Let's begin. 4 takeaways. First, you'll know what counts: injuries, damage, spills, occupational illness, unsafe conditions, and the near misses that outnumber them all, and the simple rule for the gray areas. Second, you'll know first response. The first 5 minutes after something goes wrong, in the right order, without becoming the second casualty. Third, you'll know how to report: fast, factual, and fair, and what happens to a report after you hand it in. And fourth, you'll understand the culture that makes all of it work. No blame, no names, no silence. 1 module, 4 takeaways, and 1 habit that turns bad moments into better systems. Here's a thought that changes how you see close calls. Somewhere on your site, the next accident is already scheduled. The loose fitting, the blind corner, the habit everyone's drifted into. The causes are already in place, waiting for the day the luck runs out. A near miss is that accident showing you its diary. The pallet that tipped and didn't fall. The 2 forklifts that met and both stopped in time. Same causes, better luck. Which means every near miss you report is a chance to cancel an accident that hasn't happened yet, to take it out of the diary before it takes someone out of the plant. That's not paperwork. That's the most useful thing you'll do all week. So here is the ground rule for this module. An unreported near miss is a rehearsal for the real thing. When nothing gets said, nothing gets fixed. The causes stay exactly where they were, and the site walks past them until the timing finally lines up. Reporting is how you interrupt the rehearsal. It costs 5 minutes and a little pride. The alternative costs fingers, lungs, and lives. Someone's, someday, and you won't get to choose whose. If it almost happened, it happened. Say so. What actually counts as reportable? More than most people think. Injuries. Every one, including the small ones treated with a plaster and a shrug. The record matters later. Damage and process incidents. The machine crash, the dropped load, the electrical trip that smelled like burning. Spills and environmental releases. Occupational illness. The rash, the cough, the ringing ears that follow the job home. Unsafe conditions. The broken guard, the missing sign, the corridor that floods every rainy day. And near misses. Anything that could have caused harm and, by luck or reflex, didn't. Different sites use different words for these. The categories matter less than the habit. And for every gray area, 1 rule. When in doubt, report. Nobody was ever hurt by an extra report. You saw the iceberg in Module 1. Now let's use it properly. For every serious injury, there are a handful of minor ones. Beneath those, dozens of incidents with damage but no harm. And beneath everything, hundreds of near misses. Same causes, better luck. Here's why that shape matters. If your site only learns from serious injuries, it learns once a year, from its worst day, with someone in hospital as tuition. If it learns from near misses, it learns every week, for free. The information is identical. The same loose fitting, the same blind corner, the same drifted habit. Only the tuition changes. That's why mature sites treat near miss reports as treasure, and why the number they worry about isn't how many near misses get reported, it's how many don't. If near misses are treasure, why does so much treasure go unreported? 4 silencers, and you've heard them all. Silencer 1. It was nothing. It was nothing this time. The whole point is what it'll be next time. Silencer 2. I'll look careless. A healthy site reads a near miss report as professionalism, not confession. And if yours doesn't, that's a culture problem worth raising. Silencer 3. The paperwork takes forever. Then tell your supervisor in 1 sentence. A verbal report beats a perfect silence, and good sites make reporting take 2 minutes. And Silencer 4. Nothing ever changes anyway. The most dangerous one because it's self-fulfilling. No reports, no fixes, no faith. Break the loop from your end, report, and then ask what happened to it. Every silencer trades the site's learning for your comfort. Bad trade. You know the pattern by now. Something's gone wrong. Someone's hurt. Something's burning. Something's spilled. The first 5 minutes in order. First, don't become the second casualty. Stop. Look for the energy that caused the harm. It may still be live. The current, the fumes, the load that hasn't finished falling. Approach only when it's safe. Second, raise the alarm. Call for help loudly and specifically. What happened? Where? How many hurt? Get the first aiders and your supervisor moving. Third, help within your training. Trained first aiders treat, everyone else supports. Clear access, fetch the kit, meet the responders, comfort the person. Fourth, make the area safe if you can do it without risk. Isolate the machine, block the aisle, contain the spill at a distance. And fifth, stay available. You saw things nobody else saw. The first 5 minutes aren't about heroics, they're about order. Once the person is safe, protect something else, the scene. For anything serious, the scene is information, the tool where it fell, the guard as it was, the marks on the floor. Cleaned up, it's gone forever, and the investigation is left guessing. So, cordon it, keep people out, and don't tidy up until your supervisor or investigator releases it. The urge to clean is strong and well-meaning, and wrong. Photographs are for authorized people. On most sites, incident photos on personal phones cause more problems than they solve. And note the witnesses. Who was there? Who saw it start? None of this is about catching anyone. It's about the site getting one honest chance to learn what actually happened, and that chance lives in the first hour. When you write or tell the report, aim for 3 qualities: fast, factual, fair. Fast. Same shift, while memory is sharp, details evaporate overnight. Factual. What happened? Where? When? In plain words. What energy was involved? What stopped it being worse? Luck, reflex, or a control that worked? Who saw it? Write what you observed, not what you assume. The pallet tipped as the forklift turned is a fact. The driver was careless is a guess wearing a fact's clothes. And fair. No blame, no names beyond what the form needs, no theories about who's at fault. Cause finding belongs to the investigation, and it's after facts, not culprits. A good report is short, plain, and honest. If you can describe it to a workmate in a minute, you can report it. Every site has its mechanism: paper forms, an app, a QR code at the workstation, or simply telling your supervisor. Learn yours this week. It was one of the 7 questions in Module 1. 3 things to know about the machinery behind it. Serious events start legal clocks. Certain injuries and incidents must reach the authorities within fixed times, and that's your site's duty, not yours. Your job is making sure the site knows fast. Minor events and near misses feed the trends. One oil drip is housekeeping. The same drip reported 11 times is a pump replacement. And anonymous routes exist on many sites for the things that feel too awkward to sign. Better named, but better anonymous than silent. Speed and honesty from you. The rest is the system's job. Let's make near-miss reporting concrete, because report more isn't a habit. This is. After any wobble, any moment your stomach dipped, any "that was close." 3 questions. What happened? 1 sentence. What could it have been? The worst credible outcome from Module 2. Who needs to know? Usually your supervisor or the report system, today. That's the whole skill. A good near-miss report reads like this. Reversing forklift and pedestrian met at the north racking corner. Both stopped within a meter. Mirror's been missing a week. Could have been a crush injury. 3 sentences. Event, condition, credible outcome. 30 seconds of writing and the site just got smarter. One of those a month from every person is a safety system that never sleeps. None of this survives in the wrong culture, so let's name what the right one looks like. You've seen the pieces through the whole series. Reports are met with thanks, not interrogation. The process gets examined, not the person. Because an honest mistake is information about the system that allowed it. Fixes are visible and fed back. You reported it, here's what changed. The single strongest fuel a reporting culture has. And leaders go first. When a supervisor reports their own near miss, everyone else gets permission. If you're ever punished for reporting in good faith, that's not the deal from Module 1. Raise it, through your safety rep if you need to. And in the other 99 cases, report, thank, fix, repeat. That's the whole culture in 4 words. So you've reported. What happens to it? A good report starts a small, honest machine. Triage. How bad was it? How bad could it have been? Your credible outcome sentence does this work. Investigation. Scaled to the risk. A serious event gets a formal team. A near miss might get one supervisor asking why 5 times until the answer stops being a person and becomes a cause. The mirror was missing because the bracket broke, because the spare was never ordered. Corrective action. Up the hierarchy from Module 2. Fix the bracket, not just remind the drivers. And feedback. The loop closes when the reporter hears what changed. If you report and hear nothing, ask. You're not being a nuisance. You're being the quality control on the safety system itself. Your personal stake, briefly. This connects to Module 1's deal. Duties. Report injuries and incidents you're involved in or witness, honestly and promptly. It's part of the worker's side in every legal system. And report every injury, even the plaster and carry-on kind, the same day. If a small cut becomes an infection or a sore back becomes a claim, the first aid record is what proves it happened at work. Compensation systems run on records, and the report you skip today can cost you cover next month. Rights. To report without punishment for good faith, to know the outcome of what you reported, and to raise it further. Safety rep, committee, if the response fails the seriousness. The report protects the site. The record protects you. Do both. A word for the day. You're the witness. Tell the investigator the truth, including the awkward parts, the workaround everyone uses, the step everyone skips, the pace the job really runs at. You learned this in Module 2. An investigation built on the official version of the job protects an imaginary workplace. Don't speculate in the canteen. Half-heard theories harden into false memories, and they hurt real people. Don't coordinate stories, even innocently. What did you see? Answered alone is worth 10 answered together. And if what you saw was traumatic, say so, and use the support your site offers. Witnessing is a job. Do it honestly, once, to the right person. Every module ends with a habit, and this is the series' last one. 4 beats, after anything that goes wrong or nearly does. See it. Don't walk past. The walk past is a vote for the rehearsal. Make it safe, within your training, without becoming casualty too. Report it, fast, factual, fair, today. Follow it up. Ask what changed. Close your own loop. See it, make it safe, report it, follow it up. 4 beats, 30 seconds to a few minutes, and they turn every bad moment your site has into the reason the next one never arrives. That's the habit. That's the module. Nearly home. The regional note, one final time. In South Africa, the OHS Act requires specified incidents to be reported to the Department of Employment and Labor, and COIDA runs the compensation system that depends on those records. In the United States, OSHA requires injury and illness record keeping and puts tight clocks on reporting severe injuries, fatalities within hours. Across the European Union, the Framework Directive obliges employers to record and report occupational accidents, with each country's rules setting the details. And ISO 45001 requires incidents to be investigated and fed back into the system as improvement, the loop you've just learned, formalized. Wherever you are, the authority deadlines are your site's duty. Telling your site fast and honestly is yours. Same spine, different paperwork. The honest boundary, one last time. This module gives you the worker's role, first response in the right order, honest, fast reporting, scene sense, and the habits of a learning culture. It does not make you a first aider. That's a certified, practical course, and a good one to volunteer for. It doesn't make you an incident investigator. Leading investigations takes training and standing. And it doesn't cover your site's legal submissions to authorities. That's specialist ground with real deadlines. Know the boundary, same as always. Your part is the part nobody can do for you. Seeing honestly, acting in order, and telling the truth fast. 5 things to keep from this module, and they carry the whole series. 1. An unreported near miss is a rehearsal. Reporting is how you cancel the performance. 2. When in doubt, report. Nobody was ever hurt by an extra report. 3. First response is order, not heroics. Protect yourself, raise the alarm, help within your training, make it safe, stay available. 4. Reports are fast, factual, and fair. Facts today beat theories tomorrow, and the scene is information. And 5. The loop must close. Report, thank, fix, feedback. Hold those, and every close call makes your site stronger. That's not luck management, that's a safety system. And that's Module S10, and with it, the core of the Qlause Safety Series. Your rights and duties, hazard identification and risk, PPE, and what to do when things go wrong. Thank you for taking it seriously. The free module pack is at qlause.app. The quiz, the toolbox talk, the attendance register, and a pocket near-miss report card your team can actually use. If you're building an induction program, the full series and its packs are designed to run together. Start anyone new at Module 1. More modules are coming. Fire safety, chemical safety, machine safety, and more. Subscribe so they find you. Stay sharp, look after each other, and keep going home whole every day.